The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Jahan, what are these? 42 at the mark. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Cousins gives way to Cook.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And some space here. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 62 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, it made it pay off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
36.
Now it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
1st down, Packers.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
But you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a 1st as that leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Now Cook running right, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 1st down, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
Check 24, check 24. Rocky 48. Ringo 48. Spurs. White, yellow. Undercrunch. Slam. Gun. Motion. Flag. He's coming.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
We'll go 25 to Mike. Hey, Echo. 25.
Throwing is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Kill. Five. 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike. Coming. Yellow. 25 to Mike. It's coming this way. Here we go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This will be taken short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Here's Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
55, my God, 55.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Smooth.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Rodgers now on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 37. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
You got it. You got it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
It's third down and 7 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You draw quarters. Shift. Hey, exit.
Rodgers to throw once more. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Everson Griffin, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
What we got? At 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
At 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
That's good for a Vikings first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Any day. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Gun.
Now a run with Cook. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Listen. X3. 218. Chop. Check safety. Tighten up. Watch the safety creep. Quick the edge. Go.
They run it again with Cook. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 17-3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken short. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Rodgers now on first down. He gets this to Davante Adams. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, Delta.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. The Packers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Rodgers again now. And able to find Graham, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And a Packer first down.
On first down, Rodgers is complete to Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The Packers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. And again, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams.
88.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, this one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 17 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, high 7.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Sponge. Sponge. Easy. 50.
Back to throw. It's caught here by Adams. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Mike 55. Hey, 88. Mike 55.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 10 yards out, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. Check that.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Jahan, two. Ready? I'm coming for you. You done.
Cousins. The open man is Smith. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Cousins to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Cousins. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jahan! 180! 25! Hey, can't! Let's go! Hey, 25! Hey, flipper! Black! Come to my world! We want it! Come to my world! 49! Check 49! Shoot! Rose! Set. Gun! Hey, alert 3! He's checking! Crash! Check! Press down!
So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Hey, flipper! 25 the mic. We want this. Line out! Alert 3. Hey, watch.
Cousins now from the 50. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both...
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Third and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Now it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game, and how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys.
Watch out.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Gun.
Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 3. Through. 52. Watch twins. Gun. Twins. 36.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins going up top. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Down to the 25. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. And this one is right down the middle. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Let's go, folks.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. They run again on first down. Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Back. Kill. Yo. Gun. Crouch.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Good route here.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gun. Watch safety creep.
Here's Madison running on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
DeMarcus Lawrence on the stop. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Cowboys' 32-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 3, Vikings nothing.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Listen to me.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you, but I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better, but the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation, probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
Watch the whip.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd, escaping the pressure right. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. He finds his man. It's Austin. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Well, if you're going to give him that kind of time, he's just going to shred you.
You might as well put a sofa out there for him. I mean, that's unbelievable, because I don't care who you are in coverage, With that amount of time, someone's going to shake free, and he's going to be able to throw the ball with a whole lot of confidence.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw is Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Draw play, Elliott. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the out. Slam. Go to 54, line in. 56,
On third down, it's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on, because you might wear the defense down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Third and long for Cousins. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The sack by Robert Quinn. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken short.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Under.
On second down now. It's Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 34. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with Pollard. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Pollard again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
55 mark, guys, 55.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2.
Switch it. Jam. Attack. Shit.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
In your face.
Quick.
Shoot. Hey,
Gun.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Cousins to throw it. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Crunch time, defense.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 20. From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow. Check that exit. Check that.
On first down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl, 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs, because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco. Advantage Kansas City, advantage Damian Williams.
On second and 9, Mahomes. This is caught by Williams. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Working from the gun, Mahomes, flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. He's got it to Williams. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be taken very short. Runs over him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They fire this one quickly to Austin. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 63 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Mahomes will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Under 10, under 10. Alpha. Mike, 55.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the Chiefs' 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath, the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
14, Chiefs 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jalen Smith. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack on first down, Mahomes forced out to his left. And going deep. It got his man complete. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. The end result, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
The tackle made by Jalen Smith. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Mike.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Mahomes throwing on fourth. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Robert Quinn. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Brings up second and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Check 56. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Hey, kill.
On second down, Elliott only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. Kill. Here we go, 47. Go. Get out there. 56. Your track.
Prescott from the gun. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 63 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Robert Quinn picks up his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Mahomes and going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, it's Elliott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. 6. All right, 56. Here we go. Going to 53. 6. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming to 56.
This is Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Again, it's Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
There we go. 56 is the mic. Hey, kill. 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. And that's Elliott, complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. So don't say nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, switching gears, CD, I got to tell you, it's always sad now that football's over. We've got a long wait until Thursday, September 10th.
It's okay.
I know,
it's
but
okay.
September 10th.
You're getting a little misty there.
That's when the 101st season starts. We just finished off season 100. I don't know. What are we going to do till then?
Well, I'm going to rest and relax a little bit, and so are you. But you're exactly right. It won't take us long to start to say, okay, when does camp start? How about OTAs, mini camps? We'll follow the draft. We'll do all the football things. But there'll be nothing like Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And they'll likely be in Arrowhead, right? They'll likely be there for Kansas City. I know it's not a given. But after winning the Super Bowl, after a 50-year wait with that organization and that franchise and family, that game's going to be there that Thursday night.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we do have some work to do because they're still picking up the controllers out there in Madden Land, I hope.
Yeah, certainly you have to. And why wouldn't you? Because you go ahead and play now, and you figure out who's going to be in the Super Bowl in Tampa next year.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 81 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert. We're going to 54. Why in? Watch it.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. And he's able to get most of what he needed. On the carry there, 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
There you go. 4 and 8. Check. Kill. Here we go, 46.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 62 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Dancing to his left. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
43.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. 57. 55. Mike, 55. Let's get it now. Let's get it. Smart time.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys.
Keep playing hard. Mike, 380. Danny. Look for signal. Check.
Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Procise, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Spot that. Easy. Check.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
40. Watch out. Kill. 40.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Hold up. 25, try. 25 to Mike. Watch, gun.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Steps away to his left. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Uses the stiff arm. That's complete into the hands of Carson.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
A 2nd down carry for Procise. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On first down, again, they go pro size. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 36-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Watch the screen. 19. Watch the screen.
Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And now he's going to... Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Check 52.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch twins.
They'll run with Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
It's now second and 6 at the Seahawks' 49-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, Big Sears right.
On second down, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
Check 50. 49's the mic. Watch 40.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Cooper was the intended target. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Check. I'm coming after you. Hey, 25 the mic. We go. I'm on. Hey, 25 the mic. We go. 25 the mic.
Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here we go. Slide in. Then we're going to 53. Get that ball. Get that ball.
They'll run on first down. Elliott, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go, 46. He's coming. We got double up.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
25 the mic. We got 25 the mic. You're not ready. You're not. Too quick. Too quick. Left pass. Left pass.
On second down now, it's Carson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may start thinking about maybe someone different in that position.
That one complete to Elliott. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Prescott down. He's going to get this to Austin, complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Complete to Jason. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. And he spikes it to stop the clock, and now if they choose, they'll have a chance at maybe a long field goal try here just before the break. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Elliott. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They fire this one quickly to Austin. 14 yards. Good for a Cowboy first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Cowboys.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Elliott a first down and more. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They deep on the ground with Elliott. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll take it in. To the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Forbath, the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They run again with Carson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Carson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Wilson being chased out left. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. The Seahawks on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 16, Wilson flushed out right, and this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Randy Gregory drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? The game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Prescott from the gun. Got his man there complete to Gallup. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On first down, Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Just keeping the play alive. And this is going to wind up in complete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Byron Jones on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go, D. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Right there. Good job. Watch that, and watch the block.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watch the safety creep.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now on 4th down, honors the punt team, sending this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
You hate to get the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jalen Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's back to throw. Now a desperate. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Throwing now is Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And he finds a man on the crossing route. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Alert.
Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
A big loss on the play. Brings up
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Line in. Man, I got you. Kill. Go. Get out there.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Check 31. Shoot. Hey, switch gears. Here we go.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Kill.
Now Pollard. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
But now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Check 4. Rush in. Check. Lucky.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Line in. Eat. We're going to 54. Line in. Mike, off. Right there in the middle. 55. Mike, 55. Here we go. 55.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Watch the run. Hey, check right.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. Intended that time for Cooper. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Watch the twins. Watch the twins.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. A beautiful fake. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's the run with Cook. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down. Boom. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Silent, 64, weak.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Check.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 33 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, Prescott again. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 23 yards the pick up there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
A first down carry by Elliott. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
It's easy work. It's coming again.
At the 49-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 4.
Now a run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, 382, let's get it. 2. Time. Alert 3. Alert. Hey, wahoo. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. I'm coming, baby. Yellow. Watch it.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line.
Kill.
Cook. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Cousins now to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A gain of 11 yards. It's now 4th down.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go, baby.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quicker. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Here we go. Line 8. Check back 27. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8. 27. Mike 27. Hustle. Be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8. Watch twins. Watch twins. 36. 36. Here we go. Going to 53. Check 3. Here we go. Check 3. Switch. Switch. 26.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Escaping the play. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 36-yard
line. Switch. Watch the edge. Undercrush.
Prescott to throw it. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Mike 27. We're going to 52. Slam. We got double up.
Now Prescott. Flushed out right. Letting one fly deep. It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes a starch right out of them.
Prescott on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the fly. There we go. Kill. Watch fly. Mike 55.
Now Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Forbath descended away now following the touchdown. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now Cook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 33. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Cook. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 35 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Bailey got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Run for Pollard. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
He was brought down by Emerson Griffin. It's a gain of 26.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shamar Stephen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's going to go down again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep in the direct. It got his man. Complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. They'll run with Pollard. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down.
47.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott lets it fly deep for Kyle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
47. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. He gets it to Brown, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. On first and 10, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 35.
Here go 46. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Forbath, the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. All right.
Get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Two.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18.
Show it up. Kill. What's the distance? Through.
They run. Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's into the clear. The 30. A big play there out of Cook. 68 yards on the ground. 3rd and long, they keep it on the ground, and it pays big dividends.
Sometimes it's a surprise to the defense. 3rd and long, you expect to pass. You catch them off guard. In this case, you're exactly right. It paid huge dividends. Off and running.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.